All right, let's get into it. Talking Yankees, just this unbelievable stretch of baseball that we've seen from Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. Going to be talking about that, and then I'm gonna get right into it because I am not that I'm not impressed. I mean, what we're seeing is truly unimaginable and unbelievable. But I am just not buying this hype. I'm not buying the vibes. I'm gonna say from Yankees Twitter, from Yankee fans saying this is the season and how much fun this team is, and then yada yada yada. I just don't buy it. I'm Bryce Gelman. Thank you all for joining, and if you've ever listened or watched any of my stuff, thank you. I appreciate you. But let's get right into it because I'm not here to undersell what we've seen from Soto and Judge. And there are plenty of stats that you've probably seen all over social media, but I'm just going to bring this one up to you right now. And it's the fact that this is all of baseball history since 1901. Teams to have a pair of hitters with an OPS plus of 185, at least that, in at least 400 plate appearances. First off, all five of those are Yankees teams. No team besides the Yankees has ever done it. And it's Judge, it's Soto, and it's Babe and Lou Gehrig. That's it. That's it. So this duo is up there with one of the most legendary duos, probably the most legendary duo in sports. When you talk baseball history, when you go back into the archives and you talk about 1-2 punches, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig are probably number one on that list, correct? Judge and Soto are now being mentioned on that list. It's truly unimaginable what we are seeing. When the Yankees acquired Juan Soto, I think a lot of us expected a season around like 900, 920 OPS for Juan Soto. We thought that there maybe be a bump in power considering the fact that with him hitting before Judge, teams really are left with the option of like, do you walk him and then you walk him and then you have to face Judge with a guy on, or do you pitch to Soto? And teams had pitched to Soto. And Soto has now beaten his career high already with 1 month to go in home runs. So I mean, like you get what you get what was advertised, and then some with Juan Soto. I mean, and Aaron Judge, he's just having this otherworldly type season, a season that we're all going to look back on and say, man, I wish we appreciated it why we had it. I thought that was going to be the case with 2022. I thought in a contract year, Aaron Judge gave all that he had to give. And apparently not, because he is completely outperforming it in 2022. His OPS plus in 2022 was 210. Now it's 230. His batting average is 20 points better as well. What more can you say about these guys? I'm like running out of words to say about Judge and Soto every time I open up this app, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I have to sit with myself like, what can I say that hasn't been said a million times by every Yankees pundit, fan, media member out there? Like, what can I possibly say? The man is simply unstoppable. The man is simply the best that we have ever seen in our lifetime. In mine, at least. I mean, I'm 23 years old. I was not able to watch Barry Bonds in his prime. Aaron Judge is the best hitter I've ever seen. If you're from that era, the steroid era, where you know everyone and their mothers was cranking 50 home runs, then maybe you have a different opinion. I don't really care. Aaron Judge is doing this clean. And I do think that Barry Bonds is the best hitter to ever live. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think it's garbage the way that the media, plays this moral high ground of like, oh, we'll let some guys who have taken steroids in, but not the guys who are mean to us. Not the guys who are really, really good on steroids. But I digress. But Judge is doing this clean. There's no steroids involved. I mean, of course, unless we don't know something, unless Rob Manfred is brushing the biggest scandal in our lifetimes under the rug. And I don't think that's happening. Aaron Judge is doing this clean. And he's doing it with the level of class and dignity and honor. It's cringe, whatever. But you get it. Like this is the ultimate season that we've seen. I think in my lifetime, not just in baseball, in all of my fandoms. Not like that's saying much, considering the fact that I'm a Knicks and Giants fan. And regular season-wise, first off, Eli Manning is a great quarterback over his career, but he never had one really solid regular season. That he wasn't that type of quarterback. His playoff runs, on the other hand, are legendary in their own right. This is the greatest baseball player that I've seen with my own two eyes. It's the greatest season that I've seen, again, from any of my sports teams. And it's just like, it's not just him. It's the Soto part of it as well. And the fans were chanting it the other night while they were in the outfield to bring back Soto or whatever it was. Judge made some comments after the game about the excitement surrounding the team. And it's like, if you're Hal Steinbrenner, how can you look at that and be like, all right, well, I don't want 7 or 8 more years of this. Even if Judge tails off in a few years, you're still going to have that duo. And Soto, as a 25, 26-year-old, is going to be good for the next 8 to 10 years, you could say. Maybe even longer than that. So it is going to cost a pretty penny to bring back Juan Soto. But you get to continue this unbelievable duo who would, maybe with more time together, could get even better than what we're seeing right now. Over the last 3 years, this is how good Judge has been on a day-by-day basis. Besides what he went down with the toe injury, running into the Dodger Stadium right field wall, missing about a month and a half, when he was healthy last year, he was still dominant. Juan Soto is having the best year of his career, hitting in front of Aaron Judge. You take Judge out of the lineup, could you realistically say, in your own mind, that Juan Soto would be this good right now? No. You can't say that the short porch, it's worse pitching in the AL as compared to the. I don't want to hear it. That's not the case. It's because these two guys are hitting back-to-back. And what have they gone back-to-back 6 times this year? Unbelievable. And they just continue to impress. It's like when you think that you've had the ultimate story, when you think you've had the ultimate performance from the two of them, they outdo it. It's like, what more could we expect this year? I could sit here all day, review the accomplishments of these guys up until this point, up until when I'm recording this on August 26th. We could talk about the big stats. We could talk about the OPS plus. We could talk about the advanced stuff. We could talk about OPS, BABIP. None of this matters. None of it matters. Yes, it's awesome. Yes, it is otherworldly. Yes, it is really cool and an enjoyable experience on a night-by-night basis. Aaron Judge has not had a season, a playoff season, of 800 OPS or plus since 2018. Let me just say that again for you. None of this matters in the regular season. The Yankees have not done anything in 15 years. If the status quo is still the same, why are we continuing to sit here and act as if this is the be-all, end-all? Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, this unbelievable tandem. Juan Soto was not even signed after this year. And again, 2018 was the last time Aaron Judge had an 800 or more OPS in the postseason. It has been 6 years since Aaron Judge has put up a respectable playoff run. So I ask all of you, why does this matter? Why are we sitting here? And I get it. I understand the numbers are great and Aaron Judge has the opportunity to beat his record in 2022. What has he done in the postseason? We sung the praises of him in 2022 when Aaron Judge beat the home run record of Roger Maris in the American League, became the best hitter that we've ever seen in front of our eyes. How great was that? That was awesome. What did he do in the postseason? What did he do? He's objectively terrible against the Guardians, the Indians, whatever you want to call them, and then put up an absolute 0 against the Astros. What was it? He was 1 for 16 in that series. And if you're just joining me, I'm Bryce Gelman, and I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to lose my mind over this. But I've had it with us sitting back here and just absolutely wrapping our arms around Aaron Judge and Juan Soto and saying, this is the year, this is the team, look at these vibes, look at the aura. 2018 was the last time Judge had an 800 OPS or more in the postseason. I don't care what happens over the next month. I don't care. I care what happens in the postseason. I care about what the bullpen is going to do. I care if Clay Holmes is able to escape whatever hellhole he is in right now when it comes to getting batters out, developing his sinker back into a pitch that is a put-out pitch, and becoming the closer that we all came to know and expect of him. I look at other arms in the bullpen. I look at the guys in the rotation. I look at Carlos Rodon. Is he going to continue being the streakiest player in all of sports since J.R. Smith? That's a crazy pull. Think about how streaky J.R. Smith was. That's Carlos Rodon. You never know if he's going to put up an absolute gem or if he's going to allow 6 runs in the first 2 innings. We don't know what to expect from these guys. Garrett Cole, putting it back together. He looks great. He's starting to look great. Luis Gil, we know what his potential is. But can he perform over multiple innings each start? Or is he strictly capped at 5 innings pitched per start? Where the hell is Clark Schmidt? He goes down with the lat strain in late May. They say he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Guess what? We're now 12 weeks away from the end of May. No updates on Clark Schmidt. No updates. There are some constants on this team. There are some guys you know you could trust in the postseason. I know of one name. One name that I trust. If he stays healthy, we know what he has been capable of in the past, and that's Giancarlo Stanton. The worst acquisition Brian Cashman has had, besides Josh Donaldson. And there have been some bad ones. That may have been a little bit too much. I think the stupidest acquisition the Yankees have made, considering what else could have come, the other options. Bryce Harper was right there for the taking. He wanted to be a Yankee. He fit better in the lineup as a lefty. And instead, you go out and you trade for Giancarlo Stanton, who has he's been really good in the postseason when he's been healthy. But the problem is he doesn't stay healthy, and you can't play him in the field anymore because he gets hurt every other day. And he's clogged up your DH spot and has completely hampered any ability to go out and add some versatility to the lineup because he's slotted into that one position. If you're just joining, I'm Bryce Gelman. I started this off with some Juan Soto and Aaron Judge championing. That's even the correct word. Glazing, as the kids my age would like to say. Yeah, it was a complete glaze the first 8 minutes of this live stream. And then I came to my senses, like all of you should come to your senses with this team. We can't accept mediocrity. We can't accept another pathetic performance from Aaron Judge in the postseason. I mentioned this before. I mentioned it multiple times. I'm going to say it again. 2018 was the last time Aaron Judge in a postseason run has put up an OPS of at least 800. Now, how he performs behind Juan Soto, who has been consistent, whether it be in the regular season and the postseason, it remains to be seen. If the Yankees and the Astros match up again, we collectively cannot accept another pathetic, miserable performance from Aaron Judge against them. We saw what Juan Soto did at the opening series against the Astros. We've seen his stats against the Astros over his career. He's an Astros killer. He's one of the guys you could trust to actually put the bat on the ball against the Astros. How about Aaron Judge? Can you reasonably say right now that you trust Aaron Judge in the postseason? Congratulations on all your accolades in the regular season. What are you going to do in the postseason? That's where I'm at. That's where all of you should be at as well. We can accept it. We can celebrate it. But when push comes to shove, when October rolls around, we cannot expect anything less. Because anything less is going to result in another postseason exit. We are all Yankees fans. I presume the majority of you are, if you're still tuning in here. The Yankees are an organization of high expectations because of past results, because of the 27 World Series, because of the promises made by the GM and the owner, because of the payroll. We collectively cannot accept anything less from Aaron Judge than what we are seeing right now. I mean, listen, do I expect him to continue the 1,200 OPS, even if he has a really solid postseason? No. Keep it over 1,000, please. If the Yankees have a healthy beast in Aaron Judge in the postseason, they could do anything. They really could. It's been so long since we've seen a really good effort out of Aaron Judge in the postseason, where we haven't seen him striking out left and right. It's been a long damn time. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to sit here and bring down the vibes from all the Yankees fans. I'm so excited about Aaron Judge. It's so funny. I mean, I subscribe to the same belief. I'm part of the problem. I understand. But it's so funny how the mood and the vibes can change so much from one day to another. Like right now, awesome. Aaron Judge. They go back to back with Giancarlo. Look at this. Terrific. Awesome. But what's going to happen if the Yankees lose 2 or 3 in a row? What's going to happen if the Orioles lap them for first place in the division? The vibes are going to be gone. So I am not trying to sit here and tell you all about the Yankees' chances to win the World Series, how they're going to miraculously put it together in terms of their bullpen. Their starting rotations all of a sudden going to look like they did in May for June. It's not going to happen. We all have to taper our expectations here when it comes to the Yankees. We all need to expect more from Aaron Judge. The excuses have to stop. The dejecting performances against the Astros each postseason have to stop. Enough is enough. If you want to sit here and celebrate Aaron Judge and Juan Soto doing stuff that hasn't happened in modern baseball history, then in all history of baseball as well, be my guest. But when the postseason rolls around, I don't want to hear about how you told me so, because you didn't. You weren't being objective about what the expectations were when the vibes were high. How can I trust your word and your opinion and your takes about the Yankees when the vibes are low again? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You gotta pick one side of the argument, one side of the coin to be on, and you got to stick with it. We need to expect more from our baseball team. That'll do it for today's live stream. Should be having more coming this week. More Knicks stuff. Giants. Final roster. The final cuts will be announced tomorrow. So one giant step myself, Sean Morash of WFAN, will have a podcast for you probably Wednesday morning, if not Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon or night, whatever. Stay tuned for that. Thank you all for tuning in here. And, I do a bunch of these a week. So Yankees, Giants, Knicks, definitely going to be doing some Jets now that the season's right around the corner. So stay tuned for all of that. But I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in today.